Hello, 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 it's Dolly. Welcome to my channel, Scrapping on the Go. This process video is for everyday inspiration with Christy, Crystal, Daisy, Lisa, Jennifer, and myself. We post on the 15th of every month. Then one of us ladies will snap a photograph of something in our everyday life that we see or in our travels, and we share it amongst the group and we decide which photograph we want to use as our inspiration piece. For this month of September, we selected this photograph of this Ferris wheel. And when I saw this, I knew exactly what I was going to use. One evening, when I was watching TV with the family, I took this die cut piece and I paper pierced it using one 12 by 12 sheet from Paige Evans' collection. I just don't remember which collection. Then I went into my stash of papers and selected another 12 by 12 sheet from Paige Evans as my base paper. And I thought, oh, this is perfect for this photograph. So you never know something that you see in your everyday inspiration. And then you look at your scrappy stash and you are just amazed how you can take that inspiration piece and create a layout. And we want you to give it a try. So take this inspiration piece. I know you have no idea what photograph or what papers, and look at your scrappy stash and see what you can come up with. All right, now back to my layout. So I went through my scrappy stash of die cut elements and embellishment elements, and I picked several different types of collections. So, off to the right, where I'm building that cluster there, all of those elements came from a collection called Journey. I think that collection is maybe 10 years old, somewhere between 8 and 10 years old. It is off-white, and I'm going to pair it with some white-based embellishments, and you're going to see how I make this all come together. Now to the photograph. This is not a very good selfie of my husband at work, but I wanted to document it. He saw me create this layout and he's like, I cannot believe that you were going to document that horrible photograph of me and put it up on Facebook. I said, I am. And he chuckled and he knew I was going to just continue on. All right. So I had some Vicki Boutin colorful products on my desk, and I thought, you know what? This would be perfect to pair with my paper piecing that I created with that die cut element. And the first thing that came to my mind was a colorful world. And then I said, oh, well, he's at work. So how about if I use the colorful boss life? And the reason why that's fitting is he's not boss, he's a supervisor, but that word supervisor was too long. But a supervisor is a boss, and he has a crew of like 20 some, um, well, more than 20 people under him. Anyway, somewhere between maybe 20 to 30 people under him. But just because he is like the third in charge doesn't mean that he doesn't go out and do the work as well. And that's probably what he has to do 50% of the time because people are absent or they're shorthanded, so on and so forth. So that's why I thought that title would be perfect, is the colorful boss life, because you've got to do everything, right? Just because you're a boss doesn't mean you just sit behind the desk and never have to get out and do physical work. So anyway, that's where that was my thought process. All right, so back to the layout. You saw me place my title down, and then I used a Vicki Boutin sticker, and I have the layout in front of me. It's kind of hard to read that green kind of cloud one. It says the quality or state of being happy, an instant of happiness. So we have that there, and then I'm going to bring in some of the puffy hearts of different shapes of puffy hearts from the Vicky Bouton collection and place it in that space. Now, as you can see, we have white and off-white, and I am pointing out, all my elements right now. But as you notice, my die cut is really white and it looks fine. It looks perfectly fine. But I was wanting to just mute it just a little bit. So here's a trick. I have this mint green pen that I purchased at Michael's, and I know you can get them at Hobby Lobbies. And I went around and traced, okay? I could have used black and it would have really made my die cut pop, but that's not what I wanted to do. You can take ink pens, trace around, and then take a baby wipe, and it'll pick up the ink around there and transfer it on to little thin pieces very easily rather than using ink like your paint. I said ink, but your paints, and it will transfer right onto those thin pieces by using die cuts. So the ink from the pen picks up on the baby wipe, and then you just smudge it along there, and it will not mess up any of your papers around it. So you're going to see this subtle change, and now I love this layout. See how subtle that is? All right, I have the other ladies' links to their channel listed over in the description box. So please hop on over there and see how they took this inspiration piece and created a layout and documented a memory. All right, keep coming back. Show us some love by giving us some thumbs up. I appreciate you all and have a fabulous day. We'll see you next time. Bye.